We live in a world designed for men, and it is screwing up your health, your happiness, and your hormones. Let me explain. Men have a 24-hour hormone cycle that looks like this, and it's characterized by rises and falls in testosterone. So let's walk through what happens to them biologically, and I'm a certified hormone health coach, so this is all science-backed.
I came across a post of a man in a train station, and he said, I'm going to show you an example of inequality. And he showed a really long queue for the ladies and no queue for the men's. And in the comments, men were losing their shit, going, oh, on how is this inequality? I recommend you read this book called Invisible Women by Caroline Perez.
One of the most violent things patriarchy has managed to achieve is normalizing contraception being targeted towards women instead of men. It's so diabolical, and we don't even consider how diabolical it is anymore, and that's what makes it extra diabolical.
Okay, so this video is about contraception, right? And it's because it doesn't really sit well with me when I hear an artist in like their song, their lyrics are like, you know, make the girl take the pill after, or it's just along that kind of energy, like the whole kind of, make the girl take the morning after pill kind of thing. I think it's extremely messed up.
Let's talk about how much men hate pain and discomfort. They hate it so much to the point that they shift it towards women. Men hate anything that makes them suffer, from birth control to childbirth, from emotional labor to sexual responsibility. They avoid it. If they can control it, they will escape it and leave women to deal with the mess. The world we live in was designed for men. Let's talk about it.
Hot take, but the only reason women take birth control and not men is because men are too sensitive snowflakes, and they just can't have their little tummies messed up. This is true.
Hello fam, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing well. Today's topic is very crucial to women. We are talking about how men avoid pain, responsibility, and how they've been conditioned to make women suffer in their place. We are going to discuss on how men pushed contraceptives on women even when their body can handle the side effects. Men don't want side effects. The moment they started experiencing it, they abandoned it and left it for women, the lab rats, to experience that. We are also going to talk about how women are afterthoughts when it comes to the structuring and the design of the world we live in. Everything was done with men in mind. It seemed as though women were never considered that much.
Should men take contraception?
Oh, well, I suppose if women do, men should as well.
Yes. Yeah. Nothing more needs to be said. Yeah. Like, if we're expected to take it, then why shouldn't they?
I think it's not just a women problem. I think it's our problem too.
Yeah. Men are the shooters, so maybe they should be unarmed.
Is there not male contraception already?
I think
it's coming onto the market, huh?
They are researching it at the moment, I believe.
Yeah.
Would you take it if it was available?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe, yeah.
I think, but I wouldn't trust it. It will be me that I'm going to be pregnant, not my boyfriend. If it goes wrong, they don't have to burden with a pregnancy.
So you need to trust me.
I need to trust you.
This is just on the side, yeah? I saw this video and I felt like, what the heck is going on? What's happening? Men were actually playing a game with their sperm. Some people actually gambled on that. The first sperm to get to the finish line. Really? Let's have a look.
Whoa! Let's go! No! Shit! Who's winning? Once they enter the chamber, we are This is enormous! Jimmy's off to the races! This might not even be close! Oh my God! Those years of YouTube! Who is that? The feminist! The 800 transfer! Jimmy is long gone! No swimmers are on the stream! This is a microscopic masterclass! It's not even close! No!
Who's winning? Who's winning?
We can't find out! What the fuck? Jimmy! Say! Jimmy! Say!
We lost money. I never thought I'd lose money on another man's sperm.
Some crazy things are happening. back to the topic. Why is birth control a woman's job? Have you ever thought about that? Let's start with the obvious. Women bleed every month. Women carry pregnancies. Women give birth. And on top of that, women are expected to be the ones taking the pills, injecting hormones, inserting devices, even tying their tubes just to prevent pregnancy. What are the men doing? Meanwhile, men who are the sperm donor have refused to rescue the situation with taking just one pill. They are leaving everything to women. And guess what? Science has proven that men's body can tolerate birth control with minimal side effects compared to women. Men don't want to hear that. The moment they experienced mood swings, slight fatigue during the clinical trials, they backed out. No longer interested. They can't handle that. Oh, they are too sensitive. What about the women? They dumped the burden on women to shoulder it. But men are the ones always craving for sex more than women do.
If you want to stop accidental pregnancies, put men on birth control. As a divorce lawyer, I've seen the result of what happens behind closed doors. Women don't get pregnant alone, but they sure are the only ones expected to carry all the risk, the hormones, the physical toll, and the blame. Meanwhile, the same men who flinch at the idea of getting a vasectomy will cheat on their pregnant partner without even blinking. I've had clients get cheated on at 8 months pregnant, her belly large, her ankles swollen, and he's emotionally checked out, planning his next romantic chapter, swiping on an app like he's single. So why is all the responsibility for birth control dumped on women? We track cycles like scientists, we pop pills, get injections, insert devices, we bleed, cramp, break out. Also, a man can say, I don't like how condoms feel. If women can't get pregnant, whether due to age, surgery, or simply not wanting to, what's stopping men from stepping up? You want fewer surprise babies, fewer court battles, fewer women raising children alone? The answer isn't just in our medicine cabinets, it's in theirs. Let's stop pretending women are the only ones who need to plan ahead. If men can help make a baby, they can help prevent one too.
Who are you as a woman to tell the king, a man, what to do? Who are you as a woman to make the man take pain on your behalf? You are nobody. You are just a subordinate. So it does make sense for them to heap the pain on women. We are the pain bearers in their head. It does make sense to men. Let's be very honest with ourselves. Obviously, men don't want to deal with periods. They don't want to deal with pregnancy. They don't want to deal with hormones. But they want to have continuous access to a woman's body without consequences. So instead of them wearing condom, getting devices implanted, or having contraceptives, they will push the woman, guilt trip the woman into getting contraceptives, devices implanted in them, or hormonal injections, which is a huge risk. Women are taking the risk. And should that fail, the same men will blame women for the failure. If you fall pregnant and want to have the baby, they blame you. If you don't want to have the baby, they still blame you. And the system blames you.
One of the most violent things patriarchy has managed to achieve is normalizing contraception being targeted towards women instead of men. It's so diabolical, and we don't even consider how diabolical it is anymore, and that's what makes it extra diabolical. The pills are not safe drugs. I will always stand 10 toes on this. For the purpose of not wanting to be pregnant, the pills are not safe drugs. These are body chemistry altering medications, guys. Vasectomies are reversible. Spermicides are damn near harmless. As in, they're little creams and foams, and it just kills the sperm, and that's it. Like nothing else happens. Vasectomies, local anesthetic, a day off and some ice, and you're cushy. And yeah, women are putting copper in our uteruses, into our arms, injecting ourselves every 13 weeks with hormones, taking a pill at the same time every day without fail. And what are they doing? Nothing baffles me more than like seeing young girls and women 18, 19, 20, 21. You start taking a pill when you're in a relationship or you become sexually active, and he's just doing nothing, and you're there having a mental breakdown. You can't eat, you can't sleep, night sweats, water retention, depression, bipolar disease downloaded, you can't exercise, you're throwing up. And this has been normalized. It's normal. It's just an assumption that a couple who doesn't want to have kids is just going to be the woman taking these pills. Diabolical. Even thinking about it logically, only one pregnancy can occur at a time. There can be multiple babies there, but only one can occur at a time. A man can impregnate a whole village in 48 hours if he feels like it. And they do. The amount of times I see in the pharmacy a woman coming with a newborn strapped to her front to pick up the contraceptive pill, as if she's not already battling postpartum here, boss, and now you're coming to take the pill on top of what your body's already going through, just because you don't want to be pregnant again. And what's he doing? He can't even carry the baby in here. Nah. Violence. It is violent.
That is not the only way men push pain onto women. There are other ways men push pain onto women. Let's discuss it. Childbirth. Some men will fight tooth and nail against surrogacy. They will scream against you terminating the baby. But when it comes to being present in the delivery room, some men will faint, freeze, or even disappear. They want the outcome, but they don't want the process. The period shame. Men don't experience menstruation, but they will mock, avoid, and shame women for it. As a woman, we were told to hide our pads, suppress our cramps, smile through the pain because men don't want to hear about it. What about the sexual pressure? If a woman says no to sex, she's too difficult. If she says yes, she's too easy. Then when it comes to sex in bed, you have to fake it to protect its ego, to make him feel good. It's all about men. At the end of it, you have to carry the emotional burden while he enjoys the physical pleasure, and afterwards you're being forced to take some pills, or if you have any device in you, you have to face the side effects while he gets up, wears his clothes, and carries on with his life like nothing happened. You talk about domestic labor. You're expected to clean. Cleaning is painful. Cooking is not easy. You're expected to do all the tedious work while he goes to work to provide. Going to work and getting paid is very different from staying home and doing the tedious work. I know some people might argue and say that men do construction work, they do hard work and all that. That is his job. He gets paid for it. And in some cases, they even own the business. You cannot compare the workload that comes from cleaning, cooking, managing the home, caring for kids, and having sex with that man at night to him just going to work and coming back home. No. So much emotional labor. At work, all you have to do is to focus on the task in front of you. Less emotional labor, less mental stress. The same man would expect you to manage his anger, regulate his triggers, hold his secret, heal his trauma. But who does that for you? Who holds yours for you?
Okay, so this video is about contraception, right? And it's because it doesn't really sit well with me when I hear an artist in like their song, their lyrics are like, you know, make the girl take the pill after, or it's just along that kind of energy, like the whole kind of, make the girl take the morning after pill kind of thing. I think it's extremely messed up. I think it's extremely messed up. And the reason I say this is because, to be fair, I did not have much education around the effects of forms of contraception, like the morning after pill or being on the pill. I did not understand the potential risks and long-term harm and damage it could do to a woman's body, their hormones, their emotions. I did not understand that. And what in one of my previous relationships, maybe like 5-6 years ago, my partner at the time was on the pill, and that was the decision she had made prior to us going out. And I can't remember. I think maybe I might have seen on the news or something that just kind of spoke about the risks, or maybe it was in social media, something that spoke about the risks of being on like long form contraception, like the pill, like that kind of thing. And I remember seeing something. I was like, wait, does this risk also apply to you? Because at the time, I just thought the pill was just like a normal. I didn't have any education on it, right? So I just thought it was a normal thing. I didn't think there was any like bad things about it. But then I looked into it, I was like, wait, this is actually kind of hindering natural biology, and it's manipulating and messing with natural biology. That's like nuts. When you actually think about what that must be doing to a woman's body, it's nuts. So after I had looked into it more, after hearing whatever I heard, right, I was like, wait, do these risks apply to you then? Because at the time, I'm thinking there's different kind of pills. I'm sure there might be and stuff, but like, bottom line is I'm sure they all have risks, right? So I was like, wait, is this is happening to you? It's like, wait, yo, don't be taking that because of me. Like, if anything, it should be the man's responsibility to take on contraception, whether, you know, wear a condom or whatever, right? It shouldn't be, the solution shouldn't be, you know, be sexually active and then suggest that the woman should take a pill. Like, that shouldn't be, do you know what that's doing to their body? You know, like, that should not be the solution. It should be the man's responsibility to prevent, you know, unwanted pregnancies kind of thing. Like, the solution should never be, oh yeah, just take the pill, or, you know, that needs to stop. And guys need to better educate themselves on the risks and potential harm, you know, women taking contraception can have on them, because I'm not trying to speak for women, but from what I read and from what I know, my knowledge, I just don't think it's a good thing. And that shouldn't be, you know, a man's first port of call to be saying a woman should just take the morning after pill after they could have controlled themselves, you know, after they lack the discipline, you know, that then you're then putting it on a woman to put herself at risk because you lack self-control and you lack discipline. It's like, bro, pattern up, man.
Let's talk about how the world is designed for male comfort in medicine, tech, even the legal system. Most drug trials are tested on male bodies, not women. Pain medication is dosed on male weight. Cars are crash tested on male dummies. So when a woman crashes, she's more likely to die. Do you see the pattern? The world was literally built for their comfort. And when they experience discomfort, they will rewrite the rules or remove themselves completely.
So I came across this really fascinating article from 2019 that I wanted to talk about, titled "The Deadly Truth About a World Built for Men, From Stab Vests to Car Crashes." And it goes on to talk about all of the ways that women are impacted by a society that builds things around men. One of the first examples it uses is the average height of different drawers or different shelves, and how most of them are designed over an average male's height. So many women struggle to get to the top shelf. Irritating, sure, but not a huge deal day to day. It then talks about how female police officers are actually more likely to die from stab wounds because body armor is designed around an average male physique, meaning that it doesn't fit many female bodies well enough to protect them adequately. In a similar situation, it talks about crash test dummies and how women are far more likely to pass away in car accidents because all of the safety features in vehicles like seat belts, airbags, etc. are tested on crash dummies based on an average male physique. Or how women are more likely to die in surgery if they have a male physician because the standard that many medical practices use to teach students is a male body. And at the end of the day, a society built around men is not just inconvenient, it's deadly.
I came across a post of a man in a train station and he said, I'm going to show you an example of inequality. And he showed a really long queue for the ladies and no queue for the men's. And in the comments, men were losing their shit going, oh, on how is this inequality? I recommend you read this book called Invisible Women by Caroline Perez. That is a really good example of how the world is designed for men who don't take into account the experience of women or how women experience the world. And in this book is a couple of really stark examples, like car crash test dummies are designed as male. So all the tests are done on male measurements, things like height, weight, muscle distribution, and that's why women are less likely to survive a car crash. Another example, things like the signs and symptoms of heart attacks. A lot of the studies that have been done on those early warning signs of heart attack are based on men. And that's why women are less likely to survive if they do get a heart attack. And that example that gentleman showed in his video is a design-based example where that whole mechanism and system is designed for men, not for women, or even by men for women. So it's just one of those things where if you're a man, you're not going to understand the privilege that you have living in a patriarchal system, because none of it really affects you until you start looking for it and seeking to understand. So I thought that was a great example. I can't find the post actually, otherwise I would have stitched it. But yeah, most men are totally oblivious.
Let's have a look at the comment section. Only 5% of the money spent on medical research worldwide is spent on women's health. Let that sink in. I read a great comment recently. If you don't think representation matters, you are well represented. This lady says, example, the one study they did on endometriosis was how it affects the men who live with the woman, and does it make the woman more or less attractive to men? Just imagine. It's all about attraction and sex. They are not even focused on the woman that has the endometriosis. No, it's about how that ailment affects her male partner sexually. This woman says there are something like 80 research projects into male baldness and about one into endometriosis. This person says aircon setting are set at a comfortable level for men, which is about 2 degrees lower than the comfort for women, which is why women are cold in the office. This lady says, don't even start on medical research. This person says, even the jeans for men have larger pockets. This other person says, every single female public toilet is further down from the men's. No thought given to the millions of us with birth injuries who struggle to get down the corridor. This other woman says, as someone who just experienced a heart attack, it was nothing like we were told it would be, and I'm sure many women will dismiss it as nothing other than a serious cardiac event. This lady is saying seatbelts are also designed for the male body, so even in survivable crashes, women are suffering worse injuries on their bodies because of the seatbelts themselves. This other person is saying, until 2 years ago, doctors did not have to learn anything about menopause as part of their GP training. 50% of their future patients would come to them with various symptoms related to menopause. This lady is saying, pain relief is another area women are let down in hospitals. Apparently, we don't have nerve endings in certain places, so no pain relief for us. I beg to differ. This person says bike seats always annoyed me most fitness stuff actually. Like bike seats are so uncomfortable for women, and things like the roll machine aren't designed with women in mind. These are observations that some women have made, and they left it in the comment section. If you have your own observations, if you agree with them or you disagree with them, please feel free to leave your comment in the comment section. Let's continue the conversation there.
We live in a world designed for men, and it is screwing up your health, your happiness, and your hormones. Let me explain. Men have a 24-hour hormone cycle that looks like this, and it's characterized by rises and falls in testosterone. So let's walk through what happens to them biologically, and I'm a certified hormone health coach, so this is all science-backed. In the morning, testosterone and cortisol levels are high, so they feel energetic and communicative, they're laser-focused, and they're ready for sex, hence the morning erection, and they're super efficient at getting stuff done, right? Then in the afternoon, the declining testosterone puts them in the mood to like socialize and connect. And this is where they want to pitch to clients, network, and go on dates. But then in the evening, when testosterone levels really wane, it makes them more sensitive to estrogens. They're more interested in like cocooning on the couch or finding other ways to quiet their mind. This schedule lines up exactly with the way that a typical day in our typical life, male or female, works out. Our work day, for example. But we do not operate like that. Women have a 26 to 35 day hormone cycle on average that bears no resemblance to this in the way that our modern lives are set up, but we have been forced to live in accordance with the male hormonal rhythm. Each day is a new start for men hormonally. They are hormonally pretty much the same every single day. Our energy is not static from day to day, from week to week. We have 4 very distinct phases called menstruation, follicular, ovulation, and luteal, which are characterized by different levels of hormones, right? We are hormonally different pretty much every day, definitely week to week, and our productivity is completely different depending on where we are in our cycle. We have different superpowers. And while men recharge in the evening, for example, this could be like a couple of days for us in our cycle. So if you don't feel like you're thriving the way that you should be, or you're suffering with symptoms of hormonal imbalances like painful periods, migraines, fatigue, acne, weight gain, sore breasts, insomnia, then please do not worry worry. I have this conversation with my clients all the time. There is an explanation and a solution that I help them all with. Learning about your menstrual cycle and then starting to sync your diet and lifestyle and nutrition to align with each of these 4 hormonal phases. So you're giving your body the building blocks to have the right hormones at the right time, produced efficiently and effectively, is what's going to make you more happy and healthy and symptom free. And it will allow you to pursue your creative and career goals so much more successfully and sustainably, right? Because you'll be working with your hormones, not against them. It is the ultimate biohack for women's health and success. All you have to do is just start working with your body, swimming with the hormonal current rather than against it. Let me know below if you want to learn more about this, and I'm always here for questions.
The world is built for men, and I know this after trying to read Invisible Women, which I'll put on the screen, which is an amazing book, but I got so angry at the systems of this world and learning the world is only built for men as the default that I literally couldn't finish the book, and I need to go back to it and read a chapter at a time. But today I was at the dentist and I was getting a new retainer, so normally I was expecting them to like put the goo in my mouth, but no, they had a new scannery thing that like scans all your teeth and then they make the retainer from that. I am a small woman, and I'm not saying that as pick me, I just happen to be 5'2", and so I'm just small in stature. This thing is obviously built for men, this scanner. My dentist, she was like shoving it into my mouth, like it barely fit, like, oh my god, it was quite painful. And then today I went to the gym and I couldn't reach the thing at the gym to like unhook it and get it down, so I had to stand on a little bench to then unclip it. And then I was doing my little tricep, you know, that one, and the bar was too big, so I had to hold it like further in the middle where the grippy bits aren't, because it's built for men. Also, the smaller weights, because I'm just getting back into the gym, the smaller weights are at the like mat section, which is completely on the other side of the gym to where all the free weights are. So I have to walk all the way to the little mat section to get my little weights to take them back to the benches where all the big weights are, so I can do my little overhead press. And I'm just like, everything is inconvenient as a woman, and the world is just built for men. Also, I was doing pull-ups, and the bar, it's not like a full bar on this assisted pull-up machine. It starts like separate, which was too big for my shoulders. And I know this isn't just my new gym, because I've had these issues at other gyms I've been to. So yeah, you know, that's just something we live with and we accept. And why do we have to?
Let's read more comments. Another good book is Women Don't Owe You Pretty. I can't remember who it's by, but if you like those kind of books, it's very informative. Nature doesn't care for a human's well-being. Besides, equality demands responsibility, not simply grant privileges. This is coming from a man. Right. Every time the dentist needs to put the thing on my lips to keep my teeth dry, it won't fit after multiple trials, so they have to awkwardly fill my mouth with cotton instead. Oh yeah, that's why I just go about life with my eyes closed, otherwise I'm just fuming. And this person replies saying, honestly, it's infuriating. Men do expect women to accept things the way they have structured it and act invisible. They don't want us to rebel. They don't want us to speak up, because when we speak up, they call it rebellion. We are rebelling. When we complain, when we try to let them understand that we're not included, we're being excluded, it's a problem. They tag us, you're too loud, you talk too much. When we try to speak about male contraceptives, they talk about we attacking their masculinity. When we decide to choose space, they say we are bitter, we are feminists, we are bitter. The sad thing is this: men don't want to share pain, because if they do, they will lose control in their head, because control is what they've used to build their power. That's why contraceptive responsibility stays with women. That's why motherhood is glorified, not supported. And that's why women are blamed for pregnancies, termination, and single motherhood. Men hate pain, but more than that, they hate losing losing control over who feels the pain. Women are not backup plans. Women are not bandages. Women are not pain absorbers. If you want pleasure as a man, be willing to share the risk. If you want the reward, share the label. And if you can't handle discomfort, then stop asking women to carry it for you. Please let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. And if you'd love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch women exposing men with the man of the year trend. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.